Hey guys, we're back here. I got another question of the day. So the question is, how many calories should you eat? All right, this is something we kind of get asked a lot, and a lot of people struggle with when they're trying to, whether it's lose weight, gain weight, or accomplish whatever goals they have. Quick shout out. This one is again brought to you by CrossFit Revivers Nutrition and Lifestyle Coaching. So let's get to the question. How many calories should you eat in a day? Well, first and foremost, this depends on your goal, and it depends on how many calories you burn. So in our previous kind of discussion, we talked about having the calorie deficit for weight loss. So to have a calorie deficit, you need to know what your goal is. You need to know how many calories you burn. All right, so first and foremost, let's talk about caloric burn or total energy expenditure. The word energy can be interchanged with calories. So your energy expenditure is made up of four major components. Number one is your RMR, or your resting metabolic rate. This is the amount of calories that your body burns at rest. If you laid in bed all day long and did absolutely nothing, your body would burn X number of calories. And for most people, this number is about 60 to 70% of your total energy expenditure. It's a very big number. The second thing that contributes into this is what the abbreviation your NEAT. This is non-exercise activity thermogenesis. Basically, this is the number of calories that your body burns by just doing normal daily tasks like walking up and down the stairs, doing chores around the house, fidgeting, sitting down, standing up, things like that. Number three is your thermic effect of food. So your body actually uses energy and burns energy when it digests the food that you eat. So the more food that you eat in a day, the more energy your body's gonna have to use to break that down, and vice versa. And then the types of food you eat actually will determine that as well. And then lastly is your exercise, all right? So that's how you kind of make up your total energy expenditure, but how do you figure out what that actually is? So how do we know what we burn from a number standpoint? So you have a couple options. You could guess, not the most desirable option. You could track what you're eating and then assess what happens. So if you track what you're eating for 2-3 weeks and you gain weight, then you're probably eating too much or more than what you're burning. And so we can make some assumptions that way. Or the third option is you can do an RMR test or a metabolic test and actually come out with a good probability of knowing what you're actually burning. This is something that we actually do offer here and have at Reviver. We can put you on this on a machine. It's a medical grade machine. It takes about 15 minutes to do the test, and it tells us how much you're burning at rest, how much you burn during exercise, and how much you burn just with normal lifestyle. So another thing that a lot of people get confused with is what actually contributes to this caloric burn, or what factors contribute to how much energy I burn, both at rest and throughout the day and during exercise. Well, there's a lot of factors that go into that. For example, your age, your gender, how big or small you are, your activity level, your genetics, your body composition, how much sleep, et cetera, et cetera. So there's a lot of things that go into this. So if you take two males who are both the same weight, let's say you have two guys who both weigh 200 pounds, right? You would think that they would both have about the same caloric burn during the day. Well, if one of those males is 60 and the other is, let's say, 25, that age difference is going to play a huge role into their metabolism. Another big one is body composition. So if one guy who weighs 200 pounds is 30% body fat, and the other guy who weighs 200 pounds is only 12% body fat, the guy with more muscle or less body fat is going to burn more calories throughout the day. So there's a lot of factors that go into this number. So once you determine that, then you need to figure out, okay, well, what is your goal? And that's what's going to determine how many calories you should consume. So if your goal is to lose weight, the amount that you take in needs to be less than the amount that's going out. If you want to gain weight, then you have to consume more than what's going out. And if you want to maintain, well, obviously it should be relatively equal. From there, it's just a matter of tracking your calories. You can do that with an app like MyFitnessPal. And then over time, just assess. And I think the name of the game is being willing to adjust as time goes on. So hopefully that gives you a little insight into what you need to consume versus what's going out. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments. Send me a message. I'd love to hear from you. Thank you.